1. In today's video, I will share you CTFL_SYLL_4.0 ISTQB Certified Tester Foundation Level Exam Information, Preparation Tips and Exam Questions. 2. The CTFL_SYLL_4.0 exam consists of 40 questions, with a total of 40 points available, indicating that each question is worth 1 point. To pass, candidates must score at least 26 points, equating to a passing threshold of 65%. The standard exam duration is 60 minutes, however, non-native speakers of the exam's language are granted an additional 25% time allowance, extending their total time to 75 minutes. This structure emphasizes the importance of accuracy and time management during the assessment. 3. To prepare for CTFL_SYLL_4.0 exam, you need to understand CTFL_SYLL_4.0 exam information, join some related forum and practice some CTFL_SYLL_4.0 questions. 4. What does the absence of defects fallacy refer to in software development? A. The belief that thoroughly testing all requirements guarantees system success. B. The need for constant system quality assurance and improvements. C. A misconception that software verification is unnecessary. D. The idea that fixing defects is not important to meeting user needs. 5. The correct answer is A. The absence of defects fallacy in software development refers to the mistaken belief that if a software system has been thoroughly tested and all requirements have been met without any defects, it guarantees the success of the system. However, this is not necessarily true. Even if no defects are found, the system might still fail to meet the user's needs or business objectives. This fallacy highlights the importance of validation in addition to verification to ensure that the system fulfills the intended use and requirements. 6. Which sequence of state transitions is incorrect in accordance with the following description? To provide for disaster recovery, a system, designated as A, has been provided with a backup system, designated as B. Only one of them can be active at a time. When A goes down, B becomes active. When A comes back up, then B becomes inactive and A becomes active again. However, when A is down and B also goes down, then a message is sent to the system administrator. After this, once A comes back up, A becomes active, or if B comes up, then B becomes active. A and B are both down, then A and B both come back up at the same time. A should become the active system and B should be inactive. B. A is active and B is inactive. A goes down. B becomes active, then B goes down. A is made active. C. A is active and B is inactive, then A goes down. B becomes active. D. A comes up when B is active and A was down. Now A becomes active and B becomes inactive. 7. The correct answer is A according to the description provided. When both systems A and B come back up at the same time, the process should involve a decision about which system should become active. However, the description states that if both systems come up simultaneously, one should become active based on a specific condition or precedence. Generally, in disaster recovery systems, there are protocols to avoid both systems becoming active simultaneously to prevent conflicts. Therefore, the transition where both A and B come back up at the same time and A becomes active while B becomes inactive without any conflict or decision-making step is incorrect. 8. Which of the following is the main difference between quality assurance, QA, and quality control, QC? A. QA is a process-oriented approach, while QC is a product-oriented approach. B. QA is the responsibility of everyone on a project, while QC is the responsibility of a dedicated team. C. QA is preventive, while QC is corrective. D. QA is focused on implementation, while QC is focused on improvement. 9. The correct answer is A. Quality assurance, QA, and quality control, QC, are both essential aspects of a comprehensive quality management system, but they serve different purposes. Quality assurance, QA. QA is a process-oriented approach that focuses on preventing defects by improving the processes used to develop and test products. It involves setting up processes, methodologies, and standards to ensure that the product meets quality requirements. Quality control, QC. QC is a product-oriented approach that focuses on identifying defects in the final products. It involves activities such as inspection, testing, and review to ensure that the product meets the specified requirements and standards. Thus, the main difference is that QA is process-oriented and preventive, while QC is product-oriented and corrective. 10. A software development company invests heavily in tools to support the entire software development lifecycle, including testing. They have a tool that allows automated creation and installation of builds and subsequent execution of various types of automated tests. Which one of the following is a correct statement about this type of test tool? A. It is an example of collaboration tool. B. It is an example of DevOps-related tools. C. It is an example of automated unit testing tool. D. It is an example of test implementation tool. 11. The correct answer is B. The tool described in the question supports the automated creation and installation of builds and the execution of various types of automated tests. This aligns with the practices and tools typically found in DevOps environments, which aim to integrate and automate the processes between software development and IT teams. DevOps tools facilitate continuous integration, C, and continuous delivery, CD, enabling automated building, testing, and deployment of applications. Therefore, the correct answer is that this is an example of DevOps-related tools. 12. You are a test manager responsible for implementing risk-based testing in your organization which deals with software in the healthcare domain. You are writing a handbook of various product risk mitigation options. Which one of the following options correctly represent the correct mitigation options? A. Choosing a tool for automated unit testing to reduce the risks. B. Using a third-party testing company to transfer the risk to that company. C. Selecting a tester with required knowledge related to compliance and standards. D. Increasing the number of testers to be able to take care of all the risks. 13. The correct answer is C. Selecting a tester with the required knowledge related to compliance and standards is a correct mitigation option, especially in a highly regulated domain like healthcare. This approach ensures that the tester understands the specific regulatory requirements and standards applicable to the software, thereby reducing the risk of non-compliance. This is more effective than just increasing the number of testers, as it directly addresses the knowledge and expertise needed to mitigate specific product risks. 14. Which one of the following is a correct example of the purpose of a test plan? A. A test manager should always create a very simple test plan because the purpose of test plan is to ensure that there is documentation for the purpose of audits. B. A test manager decides to create a one-page test plan for an agile project for communicating the broad activities and explaining why detailed test cases will not be written as mandated by the test policy. C. A test plan is a good document to have for the agile projects because it helps the test manager assign tasks to different people. D. A test lead decides to write a detailed test plan so that in future, in case of project failure, responsibilities could be assigned to the right person. 15. The correct answer is B. A test plan serves multiple purposes, such as defining the scope, approach, resources, and schedule of the testing activities. It also helps in communicating important information and managing stakeholder expectations. In agile projects, test plans might be concise to align with agile principles of simplicity and flexibility. A one-page test plan can effectively communicate broad activities and strategic decisions, such as not writing detailed test cases due to the project's agile nature. This approach ensures that essential information is conveyed without unnecessary documentation overhead, adhering to the Agile Manifesto's value of working software over comprehensive documentation. 16. Shripriya is defining the guidelines for the review process implementation in her company. Which of the following statements is least likely to have been recommended by her? A. Independent of the size of the work products, planning for the review should be performed. B. Review initiation is the stage when the review team starts the discussion on the review comments. C. Large-sized work products should be reviewed in one go because you will have to spend too much time if you split it into multiple reviews. D. Defect reports should be created for every review found. 17. The correct answer is C. In a structured review process, it is essential to plan reviews carefully and manage them effectively. Reviewing large work products in one go is not recommended because it can lead to oversight of issues due to fatigue or information overload. It is more efficient to break down large work products into smaller, manageable parts and review them incrementally. This ensures a thorough and effective review process. Additionally, other practices such as planning for the review, starting discussions during review initiation, and creating defect reports for found issues are standard recommendations for an effective review process. 18. Which of the following correctly represents a test-first approach? A. First the tests fail, then the code is written to pass the tests and this is iterated. B. Tests are derived from acceptance criteria and run to check that the code passes these tests. C. Application behavior is written in given, when, then format and tests are then written and run. D. Code is refactored first, then tests are written and run. 19. The correct answer is A. A test-first approach involves writing tests before writing the code. In this approach, initially, the tests fail because the corresponding functionality is not yet implemented. Afterward, the code is written or modified to make the tests pass. This cycle is repeated iteratively. This method ensures that the code is developed based on predefined tests and helps in identifying issues early in the development process. 20. A test manager has started a cycle of testing for an e-commerce application. The reason for testing is the change in the protocol for connecting to the payment gateway because of new regulations. Which of the following correctly names this type of testing? A. Retirement testing. B. System integration testing. C. Beta testing. D. Maintenance testing. 21. The correct answer is D. Maintenance testing is performed to ensure that the application continues to function correctly after changes have been made. These changes can include modifications due to new regulations, bug fixes, enhancements, or any other updates. In this case, the change in the protocol for connecting to the payment gateway due to new regulations falls under maintenance testing, as it involves testing the application to ensure it works correctly after the implementation of the required changes. 22. Which of the following types of tools is best suited for determining source code compliance with the guidelines provided by a coding standard? A. Containerization tool. B. Fault seeding tool. C. Static analysis tool. D. Test data preparation tool. 23. The correct answer is C. A static analysis tool is best suited for determining source code compliance with the guidelines provided by a coding standard. Static analysis tools analyze code without executing it, checking for adherence to coding standards, potential errors, and code quality issues. They are designed to detect deviations from predefined coding standards and ensure that the code conforms to best practices and guidelines.